Hi, Coco.
Hello.
Hi, guys. We will start Coco Gauff's post-match press conference. If you have questions about her match, please raise your hand. Do we have any questions about? Yeah. Bill, off you go with your question.
Hi, Coco.
Hi.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Um, you've known Naomi for a good while. You had that
Bill,
very
sorry, some people, because of the time. First question about the match. Do you have any? We start with questions about the match.
well. I could ask you a question about a match, but
Go ahead. Go ahead, and I'll
can
give
I
you the
ask my
second.
question then about Naomi Osaka, her friend?
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you. How'd you grit out the match? Good win, a lot tough tiebreaker. How'd you produce it today?
I was super nervous going into today's match, to be honest. Just because I knew she was a tricky player, and she went through qualies and had some, I guess, matches behind her. And I've went through qualifying before, so I know how confident you are playing in the first round. So I was nervous going in, and I think it showed. And she played really well, great tennis. I didn't play my best today, but I'm happy that I was able to fight through it. The first set there was many moments I could have gave up, but I didn't, and I'm happy with the result today. And the first rounds are probably some of the hardest matches in the tournament, just because you're probably the most nervous.
Can I ask my other question now?
Go ahead.
Thank you. I was saying, you've known Naomi for a long time. You're at the moment at the U.S. Open, but what makes her so special as not just a tough player at crunch time, but as a person? Why do we find her so appealing?
I mean, she's a really nice person. Obviously, I have some great moments with her on court and off court, and it's unfortunate that she's going through what she's going through, and I just can only lend out like a hand for support. Tour isn't the easiest, and I talked to other players and they've gone through similar things in the past, and it just sucks that I feel like everyday people go through some of the things she's going through, maybe not to the level, just because their I not spotlight is not their new mental health isn't shared out for the world, and it's definitely a lot harder, I feel like, when you're a public figure. So I mean, she's just a really nice person, and obviously kind, and I mean, I have no bad things to say about her, except that I hope that she can push through this. Mental health is and it's a dear subject to me, and I feel for her, and I just hope that at the end she can beat. I guess depression is what she says she's going through, so I hope that she can beat that and come out better and stronger. And well, I hope as a tour that we can find ways to help her and help players going through situations like her. And I don't. That's the only thing I can do is just to reach out and be supportive.
Simon.
Coco, what help is there on the WTA tour for players who are going through difficult situations?
For me, for what I'm seeing, what's been from my personal experience, for us, they have a lot of, I think, I don't know the correct, I guess, term, but I would say therapists. I don't know what the correct term of the job is, but they have someone on tour to help you with mental health, and they've reached out to me a couple times about it, and I accepted the advice sometimes and sometimes didn't, because life is like this, so sometimes you need it and sometimes you don't. So for me, WTA, they have a lot of resources to help you mentally and physically, from my perspective.
Any other questions, guys? Raise your hand. Craig, off you go.
Coco, please don't take this the wrong way, but it's also a question regarding Naomi. With the whole aspect of her not wanting to do post-match media conferences because she didn't answer questions, etc., etc. Do you not think that would have actually been, in one sense, a better way to highlight this entire aspect of her mental health issues, because she could have really laid it out there for the media to understand and appreciate a lot more than it has been, instead of making the statement of not wanting to do any post-match media conferences, which are mandatory once a player is asked.
Yeah, for me, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know her situation, so I don't know what she's going through. So for her, that could have been the best decision for her situation. And I've never been put in that situation yet, and I hope that I haven't, or I won't be able to have to go through what she's going through. So I can't really answer that question because I have no idea what's going on behind closed doors. I only see what everyone else sees, so I have no idea what's going on. And for her, maybe doing press conferences could be a trigger for her, and maybe not. So I can't really answer that question just because I have no idea what's going on behind closed doors, and I don't want to make an answer to that and assume something, because assumptions can end up leading to false information, and I don't want to put out false information on something I have no info about.
Last two questions, Simon.
Coco, I wanted to ask you about doubles. Obviously, it's very exciting that you're playing with Venus here, but you're someone who likes to play doubles all the time. I just wondered whether in the time of pandemic, when you're in a bubble, outside of the tournament, etc., you're in the hotel all the time, is doubles a nice way of keeping the routine going? Does it help you mentally as well? Because you could get sort of stuck sitting in a hotel doing nothing for a long time otherwise.
Yeah, for me, I love playing tennis, and I try to play all the events that I can. And if I could play mixed doubles too, I would, but that's probably a bit much. But I enjoy playing doubles, and I'm actually super happy because my dad reached out to Venus's team last minute, because unfortunately, my partner I was playing with, Katie, she got hurt in qualies, and we thought it was best if she rests and get ready for the grass. So I reached out last minute, and I wasn't expecting a yes, to be honest, but it was worth the ask, and I'm happy that she said yes, and it's going to be super exciting. And for me, I love playing doubles, and hopefully I can pick up some things from her. She obviously has so many Grand Slams in doubles, and I want to win Grand Slams in singles and doubles, so maybe this week we can have a good run these 2 weeks, and it's going to be exciting, and I'm excited. And for me, I feel like doubles gets out all the nervous, stuff. Hitting extra balls is what I need, so I'm happy and I play tomorrow, so I'm happy.
We'll have two more. Cindy first, then Bill. Cindy.
Hi, Coco.
Hi.
You had some pretty magical moments at Wimbledon. Sadly, nobody got to play there last year.
Yeah.
What is the most special? What do you look forward to most about going back to Wimbledon? And how hard will it be for someone like you who really probably hasn't? When was the last time you even played on grass?
Last time we played again on grass was against Hallam in the fourth round. So yeah, it's gonna be. For me, it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be interesting. Coming back. Me, I don't know how I would feel, just because that was the start of everything, and I think, to be honest, I don't really have any nerves or anything. Well, I'm still in French Open, but I don't foresee myself having too many nerves, just because, it happened 2 years ago. So it's not like fresh, I guess, if that makes sense. And I feel like I've grown a lot as a person in these last 2 years, and I'm thankful for that experience. And I know it's going to probably be a limited amount of fans, but hopefully I can get a similar crowd experience, even though with a little bit of less people, but maybe they'll be just as loud as 2 years ago.
Last one, Bill.
You've had this incredible life where, just from the juniors, and so much has happened in your life. I'd like to circle back to a comment, if I could, that you just made, and don't tell us more than we should know. But you said that mental health issues are important to you. Can you just reflect on that, please?
Yeah, for me, I just feel like, my life has gone, had some pretty high ups and some low downs. And I don't know, I probably, it's hard for me to talk about, but I just really am happy with, the person I came here today. And, I don't know, my parents, know what I've gone through, and I'm just happy, I just happy to be like genuinely happy. And I feel like, especially like, I would say pre Wimbledon was the time I wasn't really the happiest with tennis and with life. And then Wimbledon happened and it gave me confidence on court. And then I started to take that on court off confidence to off court, if that makes sense. And now I feel like I have a good balance of confidence on and off court, and I want to continue that. And I think that experience that I went through only made me a better person. So, yeah.
Thank you, Coco.
Thanks.
Good night, everybody.
Thank
Bye.
you. Good night or good afternoon in the U.S.